Here it goes.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSN Podcast.
Cheer.
Yeah, I am Slyce.
I'm Canary Valance.
Here we are. Once again, the day before Father's Day. What we talking about, man?
Man, so many things have happened this week. Man, let's start off with music.
Uh-oh.
Your boy.
Honestly,
Champagne Poppy.
never mind.
Champagne Poppy dropped a new one. Honestly, never mind.
Yeah, what you feeling about?
Straight lounge album.
Yeah, vibing, right?
Clean the house to this. We going to the top floor on the elevator.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like I'm not mad at it at all. But
Okay.
you know, I was expecting something more, a little bit more hype, to be honest.
Okay. See, with me, I see kind of what Drake did. So this is what I think. You know, when some of these guys, when they're so good at whatever their art is, they just try something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had Chappelle, and he drops a special.
Yeah.
In the woods and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Kanye did it before.
Yeah, Kanye, he did Poopity Scoop. So Drake, I think this for Drake was his moment of, hey, you know, I've dropped all these fire albums.
Experiment some shit.
Let me do a dance pop album or electric pop album.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah, it was different. You know, it was very, for me, it was very different. Like I said, I'm not mad at it, but it was different. I was, you know, and I think it was I talk about this a lot. It's the timing of when you listen to stuff too, right? Like I was listening to it when I was in a mood where I needed to hear something that was gonna get me hype. I needed to hear something that was gonna, you know, more fast paced type of thing. And when I heard it, I was like a little disappointed because I was like, all right, I didn't get that bang it out, you know, pause. That that track that it was gonna get me vibing. It was more so like you said. It was something like you had to be in a mellow type environment, type mood, and I was complete opposite.
Right. See, so I was checking it out. I was just vibing. I was chilling out when I was listening to it. So I thought that he had some pretty, you know, cool lyrics and cool melodies as usual. It's not my favorite from him, of course. You know, after dropping Certified Lover Boy, I would have liked him to kind of keep on that lane.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it was dope. It was cool. But my favorite from him still going to be stuff like Views, Take Care, and Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? And this is completely unscripted and off topic with Drake, but I just remembered I listened to the first two songs of Logic. Logic also dropped recently.
Yeah, I seen that he did. I didn't check it out though.
Yeah, check it out.
So
check it out.
Logic got one.
Yeah. So and the reason I bring this up is when I didn't get that hype stuff, the hype sounds from Drake, I saw somebody told me that Logic dropped. So I just listened to like the first two songs. He introed the album with Morgan Freeman. And he introed with Morgan Freeman, and then the next song was fire. So he's definitely look out for Logic too if y'all looking for new music.
All right. Where we going from here?
Man, we going all over the place because the military seems to be making moves. I'm sure they had this for a long time, but I don't know if you guys seen it on social media. It's been going viral. The video of the military bug drone.
So
bug drone.
Like little flies. From what I saw, it was little flies.
Yeah, they might have other stuff too. We don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking like, do they have mosquitoes?
Little flies that look like a real fly flying around. Is a drone with a camera on it.
Right. So, are they using this for the people, or is this to spy on our enemies?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. That's a scary thing. We don't know because I would assume that they would be using it for tactics of war and things like that. But who knows? I mean, if people don't know about it, they could have been here.
Right. So, I mean, of course they've had the technology. They've probably been using it for at least the past 5 years.
Oh yeah, absolutely, or more. I'm sure they can get pretty expensive. So our tax dollars are going to these drones.
These little fly drones.
We sponsored.
So from now on, you see a fly, don't swat at it.
Yeah,
we gotta pay for that shit.
We gotta pay for that. Man, can you imagine though if these things is like $20 million bug drones?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I wonder how many of them joints I killed. Like, I wonder how many of them joints I didn't. Man, that's a lot of taxpayers out. I'm just saying.
Like, do they camouflage it? Do they do stuff that flies do? Do they like?
I guess. I mean, it looks super real to me. Like if I would have saw that same one in person, I would have been swatting at it. I would have been like, "Yo."
Are they out there like swarming around a horse or something like that?
You know what? That would be smart, right? That'd be smart because if you got a fly just following somebody around all day, clearly, I mean, they are annoying, but clearly that's not normal activity. Just specifically following New Pablo around. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they gotta have fly like activity. Now I wonder who's the people flying these drones.
And how much they getting paid?
How much they getting paid?
They in VR.
Telling me you getting 6 figures to fly around a fly?
That's a new job. You want these online jobs? That's a new job.
You got a master's to fly around a bug drone.
Bug drone.
Oh man,
get paid $150,000 a year.
Man, speaking of money though, all right, you know I got to go there with your guy Joe.
Oh, Joseph Biden.
My man Joe said, "Look, wait, don't look at me. Inflation, inflation.
Hey, we're all going through it right now. The whole world."
And
everybody.
Joe said, I got to eat steak and lobster this week. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's been going on a lot of vacations, bro. He's been going on a lot of vacations. But all right, so he's saying that hey, you know, inflation's not his fault, and different parts of the world are going through the same thing worse than we are, right? Yeah. Not necessarily true. There are different countries that have no tie to our dollar. They are going through inflation, of course, in a hard time, but for them it's like 2 or 3% inflation. For us, it's like 8%. For the people who are tied to the American dollar.
Yeah, man, it's different. Like, you know, everybody got their own viewpoint on inflation and what they think is going to happen and this and that. All I know is what is happening. And like we covered on the last episode, you know, the price of all the regular goods, fuel, all that stuff keeps going up, and it doesn't look like it's going down anytime sooner. But it's like, you know, when you have people in power and decision making and responsibilities, things like that, it always feels like there's a huge disconnect between the everyday citizens and the people who make these decisions.
Right. Like the upper echelon, the elites are like living very lavishly right now, while everyone else is starting to look like a peasant.
Nah, and you know, that's the thing. It didn't even really hit yet. That's right. The thing. Like people, yeah, it's trickle down. It's the trickle down effect, like we talk about. It's starting to happen, but it ain't really take full effect yet. That's what people don't get.
It's real slow. Like
oozing in.
You know, the farms are struggling right now because they can't afford the diesel fuel. So, like I said, as you go to the store, probably as the summer goes on, by like the end of the summer, you might start seeing your supermarkets a little less full. Do I personally think that we'll ever get to a point where it's completely empty? No, I just think they'll just hike the price up so much that people can't go binge buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the real life decisions. You know what I'm saying? In real life decisions. I remember a long time ago on a song, I said something like it used to be life decisions, buy my daughter some cookies. Like when you're young, right? When you're super young and you have a family at a young age, everything is a major decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're super young and you just starting out, like it's been many years, but when I just started out, everything seemed like, and at that moment, it seemed like it was a major decision, right? Looking back on it. So that's, in my perspective, that's how America is going to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there is going to be a day and people who, they wake up, right, and There's no food in the refrigerator. They got a quarter tank of gas,
Yep.
and they got $23 in their bank account, and they don't get paid for 3 more days.
Yeah, yeah, it's serious. Now, like
Stuff like that will be going
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And us being grateful for being in a position we are today, looking like when we look back at these things, we can look at 'em from both sides of it, right? And that's the thing. I think there's a lot of ways you can go with this, but I feel like everybody knows this. Everybody don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like the world we live in today is like, yeah, I'm gonna get mine. If you get yours, you get yours, and that's how it is, and that's terrible because you can't sustain that.
on. Yeah.
It turns into the civil war.
I mean, that goes into us pretty much losing community. Our parents have gone through this. This happened before with Jimmy Carter. It was between, I believe, 1977 through 1982 that inflation was extremely high during that time. So, but the difference is that our parents and grandparents at that time, they had community. You really could like go to your neighbor's house and be like, hey, do you guys have a cup of sugar? They could come to knock on your door and be like, hey, can we borrow, some tomato sauce, whatever, some bread, whatever.
Come knocking on the door today, you getting shot.
Right. Or
shot.
They'd even like watch your kids, be like, oh, I seen your kid, and they were hanging with this guy from this neighborhood. He's no good. Talk to them.
Yep.
You had that going on. Today, like, we don't talk to each other. We don't even really trust each other unless we've known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's everybody is on edge, man. That's just the environment right now. That's just the climate. Unfortunate. Hopefully we can slowly make that change. It's definitely gonna take time, but
do you think we could bring community back?
Well,
and what does that look like in the 2020s?
That's the thing. Really depends on how this goes. This is the thing. So like they talk about the Great Reset, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say this is the Great Reset. And what I think about that and I'm gonna tie this together with the community thing. People act off of human instincts. And what I mean by that is based on how you're raised and how you brought up and your morals and your values and all that. When you're put in certain situations, when your back's against the wall, you do certain things. Example, 9/11, they say when on one of the planes that was hijacked that people fought to, stop the guys with the box cutters, whatever they had, and they came together, even knowing they was going to crash, they came together and went down with a fight, right? That's the story they told us.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. As the economy gets worse and things like that, there's going to be the people, the majority, large majority of people who I'm for myself type things, this and that. But then there's going to be those mothers who got kids and other mothers who got kids, and they're going to look out for each other. Yo, you got this. Yo, I need that. Let's trade. Let's take turns on this or that. And it's going to be people that, the human nature camaraderie is going to happen. Of course, you're going to have the good and you're going to have the bad. But I think when it gets bad enough, it's gonna bring out more good in more people. Hopefully.
Yeah, I believe that. I think most people, they do have good in them. A good majority do. There's a lot of bad people.
A lot of people want to be bad until their back is so far against the wall that they have to be good.
Yeah, so it's like doing the right thing at the last moment.
Right.
That's what you mean. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I see that happening.
True. Speaking of bad and good and people trying to fight back and bring community, summer camp. It was a summer camp. I can't remember which state it was in. But the summer camp employees, staff, you should say, there was an intruder, someone trying to get in, and the summer camp staff met him at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Let them shots off, sir. Hey, who's to say that 9mm should not be available?
Right. This is what I was saying. For like a long, like the way Congress has been kind of pushing guns in the media is that like, nobody needs to have one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're only telling stories of people being the victim of gun violence. But I haven't seen that story up until now of the person that he had a gun and he saved like 10 people with his gun. The only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Yep.
And that does come into play in some times.
Yeah, I
This is
mean,
why being
yeah.
armed is important in America because there are bad guys. They don't care about those laws.
Mm-hmm. Preaching, because see, this is the thing. Exactly what you just said. If the staff after that summer camp was not armed, was not able to keep that person out, we might have another mass shooting with a bunch of children that wouldn't be here anymore.
Right.
Because they said that it was, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was two of them that happened. But the one I'm thinking about, I think they said the age was like from age 4 to 14. Now, who is not concerned about sending their kids, one, to school, but two, to summer camp after the mass shootings we've been having, right?
Right.
Now, if you tell me, oh, so I didn't send my kids this summer because of that, because not just that, but a few things. But the point is, if I know that the staff is armed and they're trained and they know what they're doing, I'm like, I feel a lot more comfortable.
Right. Yeah, man, this whole attack on children is getting crazy.
Yeah, and okay, listen, let's put these two together. So we just talked about inflation and all the effects around inflation and Joe Biden and Congress and how people are taking the blame and not taking the blame for what's going on, right? Then we talked about we're talking about right now the gun violence and people standing up for the kids. What did you think about in Kansas? They're taking away the free lunch and free breakfast for the children next semester for it was right now everyone gets it, but now only people who make or meet certain qualifications are going to be able to get it.
Right. So, yeah, I believe in Kansas, they're getting rid of the free lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to affect some of the parents because with inflation and time getting hard, they might be relying on it right now. But I can play it from both roles, from devil's advocate
Mm-hmm.
and then just being compassionate, like feed the children, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm gonna go down the road, someone who doesn't have kids, this is taxpayer money, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna say, "Good. If you made the kid, feed the kid." You know, you got a penny pinch right now, every state across the board, or at least where they're at. Now, me personally, I think if you can help the children, feed the children, if you can afford it and it's not straining you, then do it. But if it's straining you, then you have to make the budget cuts, I guess.
Yeah, and I can see that. I can see that. I don't know. I feel like you make two really good points. One, if you have the children, you got to be able to feed them. Point that a lot of people, a lot of parents are gonna make is prior to this terrible economic state, they were fine. They could do it. Um, Going into this recession, whatever you want to call it, people losing jobs, um, maybe not making as much, or the dollar is not stretching as far because of how much everything is costing. That free lunch, that free breakfast was crucial. You know what I'm saying? Could be the difference between starving children or not. You know what I mean? So it's like you said, it's two ways to look at it. But just as much as I feel like politically they want to say, okay, we need to get rid of 9 millimeters to protect our children, using that as a crutch. You got to say, okay, well, are you truly protecting the kids when we as a country can't afford to feed them?
Mm. Mm. So, yeah, yeah, I see your point in that.
Yeah, so it's like is a situation for sure. I just hope that we don't have starving children.
I don't think that they're gonna let them starve. Like I said, they did say if you qualify, they'll still do it. but they're not giving it out to everybody no more.
Yeah, no, it's like this. All right, you making, but this is the thing. It has to. I feel like it has to be a clear cut. This family got money. They wealthy. 100K plus.
Well, that's not. That's not fair.
Y'all cut off. You family is not making as much based on the number of children too.
Right.
Because they said that a day's worth of food for a kid is $3.17 or something like that.
They said it adds up to like $525 a year.
$525 per kid a year. Now let's say you got a big family, like I got 4, that's gonna add up for some people versus someone who just has 1.
Like I said, if they have it, if the school has the money and they can feed the kids all the time, all year long, then do it. If they don't and they have to cut, then hey, it has to fall on the parents.
Speaking of 4, you know who else got 4? The Golden State Warriors. Let's go, baby. I ain't got no Golden State shirt on, but let's go, Golden State. I got on my Kobe shirt today. But shout out to them Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Golden State.
NBA Finals champions 2022.
They've got 4 of them rings now.
Yeah, man. I feel like he should have 6, to be honest. I feel like he should have 6, but 4 is great. He's gonna get more. I don't know what you think. Now it's like, all right, so we wrapped up the series. I'm a little sad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm basketball, but all these conversations are happening.
Mm-hmm.
First conversation I've been hearing the most is Steph now a top 10 all-time NBA player?
Yeah, I think he's been that even before this win. I don't think that. How can I say this? I don't think there's too many people that Steph goes up against that he can't take with his team. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I think there's, you go against LeBron, he's having a struggle. He goes against the Celtics, he's going to get the championship.
Yeah, it's I feel like I agree. I agree that he's absolutely in the top 10. We had a lot of great players. We talking all time. We talking a whole lot of people, right? The reason I give Steph the edge is we never seen nobody like him.
Mm.
And I just thought about this. Okay, I don't know how many Tony Parker has, but I'm just gonna use him because he's the point guard. Tony Parker, the Spurs, they got like I don't know how many rings. Maybe they got 4, maybe they got 5. I don't know. I had to look that up. They got 4 or 5. Tony Parker has 4 or 5 rings. But this, like I heard another person say, the Spurs are boring. I was never watching the finals like, oh, let me go see Tony Parker. It was Tim Duncan was the leader, but I'm just using Tony Parker because the point guard. It was like everybody on the Spurs was like, as much as a great team was and I respected them, I was just like, I just didn't care for them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to see them in the finals. It was just like, Yeah. With the Warriors, they're exciting. They play the right way. They change the game. And they're just everything that you want in a basketball team. And they're still doing this with no superstar. Like no big name superstars besides the people who they created. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Wiggins, they elevated his game coming to Golden State. So it's like all of the people they developed and over time, it was no big names. Like they only since KD left. You know what I'm saying? And even before, they won a ring before him. So, I mean, you just kind of appreciate all of those attributes to a basketball team.
Yeah, he brought a lot of star power to it with his game. So, yeah, he deserves that respect as top 10. Now, the other conversation going on is him. LeBron has 4 rings. Steph has 4 rings. Does that now bring Steph up to LeBron's level?
As far as what? There's a lot of ways you can slice that. A lot of ways. There's a lot of ways you can put that together. His level as far as overall time status, or as a dominant player, or like what?
I think more so status. Yeah. Let's go with status. Just for fun.
All right. Yeah, I say so. I say so. If we going based off of rings and things like that, yeah, yeah. And the reason I chop it up two different ways because I feel like LeBron has been a terror in the league for almost 20 years. Steph has been a terror in the league for the last 5.
Right. Steph came around in 2009. LeBron came out in 2003.
And Steph started really like, well, I would say because he was doing this thing the last 7 years, but I say a terror the last 5 years. Like 2015, well, okay, I'll say 7. The last 7 years, Steph has been tearing, changing the game and tearing stuff up. But Bron been doing it for almost 20. So I give Bron the edge for longevity, how long he's been doing it. He's just freak of nature, his size and his ability to enforce his will on a team by himself. But Steph, I think Steph is absolutely on that level.
Okay. But you believe so LeBron's the more dominant player to you.
If we talking full body of work, yeah. Not right now. Not right now. LeBron's still LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you got to give him his respect. But right now, if you were to tell me, okay, here we go. They tied at 4 rings. If you were to ask me who's winning the ring next, between who's getting number 5 first, I'm going to say Golden State. And that's not based off of Steph or LeBron individually. That's based on the team and what they created for each individual's team.
Gotcha. Cool, dude. All right. Any final thoughts?
Oh man. Like, subscribe, share the vlogs, the podcast, share the music. Connect with us, reach out to us. We here, baby. It's the SLYCE.
Canary Valence.
Peace.